What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Boy Snatch Giant TV. Welcome back to the channel. It's now going my AEW Dynamite review on how. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please full watch the video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content because I'm on the road to 7K along with that 3K watch hour. So follow my social media down below in the description and let's get started. The AEW Dynamite, very good show, and that's all I have to say. We kick off with an exclusive look at the immediate fallout of John Moxley's betrayal of Bryan Danielson at AEW All Out, which that was a good show by the way too. Where we hear John Moxley talk about the pair of them building something together, something that couldn't be destroyed, something they could be proud of, inspired with footage of the medics checking on Bryan Danielson. We hear from John Moxley talk about egos being out of control, and AEW is crawling with said egos. Okay. John Moxley talks about their mentor praising Bryan Danielson in the past in his words of "We are who we are" before calling himself the kings of these lands. John Moxley says discipline has failed. And today he chose war. We cut to the parking lot as all, Darby Allin all skates in, possibly ready to finally address John Moxley, calling him out the past couple of weeks. Here, From there we go to ringside where Tony Schiavone welcomes Christian Cage to the ring. Christian Cage and his partartry penitentiary. Did I say it right? Partartry head down to the ramp. Christian holds the case containing his World Championship contract as the group enters the ring while he gets a look back at Christian Cage trying to cash in his title shot at AEW All Out. Tony talks about Christian Cage winning the title shot at AEW All Out. AEW All In, only for Christian Cage to tell Lexington to sit down and shut up he while he conducts his business. He talks about his son Nick Wayne saying the word on the street is Christian Cage has infinite era before addressing what went down at Wembley Stadium. He talks about Killswitch finally submitting to him, recognize him as one of the best big men in the business, and he belongs to Christian Cage. Tony then brings up Christian Cage trying to cash in his title shot at AEW All Out, to which Christian Cage admits it was not the right time. Christian Cage shuts down a shattering Luchasaurus chant before running down Bryan Danielson, saying that what happened to him at All Out will be nothing compared to what Christian Cage does to win what he feels is rightfully his. He raised the contract up high, declaring himself the undisputed next AEW World Champion before leaving the ring. Alright. Backstage, Don Callis talks about. I'm sorry. Backstage, Don Callis talks to Will Ospreay about teaming with Kyle Fletcher in the upcoming tag team Casino Gauntlet. Will Ospreay is not eager to accept Don Callis' offer as he is focused on defending the international championship, but Kyle Fletcher explores him to reconsider, to which Will Ospreay finally accepts. He shakes hands with Kyle Fletcher and Don Callis, but Kanusuke Takeshita stares him down before we cut away. Backstage at ringside, Jack Perry will pull into the arena in his Scout Mobile before heading to ringside for. He says heading to ringside. Yeah. I'm sorry. Where was I? It says heading. It says head. Oh, I'm lost right here. It says back at ringside, Jack Perry pulls into the arena in his skate mobile before heading to ringside for our opening match. That's the problem I was at. Jack Perry enters the ring as Leo Rush comes out next, only to be blindsided by the champ as this match gets underway. So we get the TNT Championship match. The scapegoat Jack Perry defends against Leo Rush, and this match right here, this was This was a pretty good match in my opinion. So this was a pretty good match. All right, Jack Perry lays into the challenger in the corner, removing his jacket and throwing it into the camera. We get a better view of the ring as Jack Perry continues the attack before Leo Rush fights back to send the champ to the outside, only for the scapegoat turn things around, slamming Leo Rush down hard on the floor as we go to picture in picture. All right, we're back from picture in picture. Leo Rush briefly gets a comeback but is fended off by Jack Perry, who sends the challenger into the barricade. The action eventually comes back into the ring, where we see Jack Perry maintain control as we hear Leo Rush down some more, landing. Well, I'm not landing, leading to a chin lock to keep Leo Rush down as we come back from break. All right, the hold is finally broken as Action Andrade tries to intervene, leading to Jack Perry reeling him up so much that Andrade gets ejected from ringside. Despite this, Leo Rush starts to fight back for a near fall, only the champ sending Jack Perry to the outside up for a pair of downs that sends him to the barricade. The second time around, back in the ring, this is the chance as Leo Rush goes off the top rope, rolling to a stop when Jack Perry evades him, but the champ gets dropped with a Spanish fly, giving Leo Rush a close near fall. Jack Perry back to his feet, catching Leo Rush with a snake eyes into the middle turnbuckle for the cover, but Leo Rush managed to kick out. Leo Rush gets to his feet, but is taken down with a snapdragon suplex by the champ. Leo Rush fights out of a second attempt by the champ, dropping Jack Perry on his head with the poison rhino. Leo Rush takes the ropes, but is blindsided with a knee strike. Who follows up with a running knee strike for the win to retain. The winner by pinfall and still your TNT champion, the scapegoat Jack Perry. This was a pretty good match. Jack, the scapegoat Jack Perry collects his title and hikes it up the ramp to the back as we get a rundown of what's to come tonight. Backstage, Alex Marvis tries to get a word from Jack Perry, but the champ delivers some odds words of wisdom before getting in his skate mobile. I think that's what I'm calling it to get out of the arena. Alright, video package. A look back at the lights out steel cage match between Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland at AEW All Out. Backstage, we hear from Hangman himself as he is asked where his head is at now. Page says if he would find a 10,000 houses belong to Swerve Strickland, he would burn 10,000 houses down. He then talks about how everything he did to Swerve at AEW All Out, he meant it, and now he speaks to all of us. If we got in his way, it would have stood between Hangman Adam Page and Swerve Strickland. If we tried to protect Swerve Strickland from a Hangman Adam Page, would find us, it hurt us. I'm sorry. All right. He storms off, presumably to make good on this promise, as he attacks someone at randomly before staring down at Dark Order, with Evil Uno saying he doesn't even know who Paige is anymore. Um, doesn't know who Paige is anymore before they walk off. Paige then finds himself standing across from Jeff Jarrett, who looks for a level of revenge for Hangman getting his hands on his wife. Jeff Jarrett talks about the toughest SOB a man can face being the man in the mirror. And Paige doesn't take well to this, laying into Jeff Jarrett's with right hands. The two start brawling until Paige sends Jeff Jarrett into the sack upstairs as security and Jeff Jarrett's friends intervene before Hangman and Paige walks away. Alright, back at ringside, Commander and Private Party make their way out for what I'm assuming is a match, but it's not to be as Claudio Cascano and Pac come rushing down to blindside them from Maria Shafir, offering a helping hand as John Moxley watches on. Pac grabs a microphone and talks about what happened at AEW All Out and referring to himself as someone who has lost but now has a purpose. He says that is he says that this company is now ours. Dropping the mic as the group makes their way out through the crowd. So we go to commercial break. We cut we cut to the parking lot where Jericho and his students roll up as we see the learning tree wearing the jacket that Orange Cassidy ruined 4 years ago. Chris Jericho says he took Cassidy's backpack at collateral, and while the 7,000 he is on isn't in the bag, he found something equally important, stating that Orange Cassidy will suffer the consequences of his actions before they walk off. I don't care nothing about the learning tree, but the learning tree in AEW sucks. That's all I gotta say. Alright. Back at ringside, Ricochet makes his way to the ring for our next match. Sammy Guevara makes his way out next, and this match gets underway. So we get Ricochet versus Sammy Guevara. This was a good match right here. This match was cooking. These two, I'm sorry, the two men circle before locking up quickly, exchanging holds back and forth between. I'm not between. It says two men circle before locking up quickly, exchanging holds back and forth, reaching a standstill as they both attempt a thirst kick. The pair reset before trading strikes, with Ricochet taking Sammy Guevara down before hitting a drop kick that sends Sammy Guevara to the outside, setting up for a toe that sends him to the floor. Both men are on their feet again, going at it up the ramp until Sammy Guevara sends Ricochet into one of the tunnels to get the upper hand. He then makes his way up to set up as Ricochet makes it back to his feet, just in time for Sammy Guevara to connect with a moonsault, dropping him back to the stage. Both men are down as we go to picture. We're back from picture in picture. The action makes it way back to the ring as Sammy Guevara looks to keep on top of Ricochet, getting in there for in the process. Sammy Guevara is able to keep Ricochet down as he gets a chin lock chin stand, only for Ricochet to fight back to his feet, but Sammy Guevara denies him before getting a near fall off a standing moonsault as we come back from break. Ricochet is back. I'm sorry, Ricochet is sent back to the outside by Sammy Guevara, who stays on the attack by sending him to the barricade before going back into the ring, where he hits the top rope for being a dive over the ropes onto Ricochet. Sammy Guevara looking for a power bomb. Now Ricochet power bomb now, but Ricochet counters with a back body drop, sending Sammy Guevara onto the ramp. Sammy Guevara tried to scramble away at Ricochet, tells some of the fans to clear some space, and we soon see why as he leaps onto the guardrail, on not once but twice for a leap onto Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara is brought back into the ring as Ricochet goes back on the attack with some kicks, only for Sammy Guevara to roll him up for a near fall. Ricochet fights back before setting Sammy Guevara up on his shoulders, only for Sammy Guevara to reverse it out of it. Sammy Guevara takes the fight to Ricochet in the corner before landing a long distant cutter for the cover, but Ricochet kicks out. Ricochet is still down as Sammy Guevara goes up top, but has still adjust when Ricochet gets out of harm's way. Sammy Guevara catches Ricochet looking for the GTH, but Ricochet fights back, connecting with a kick that lets him set up for a vertigo to pick up for the win. The winner by pinfall Ricochet. This match was really good. This match was cooking, and I enjoyed this match for what it was. All right, Ricochet doesn't get the time to celebrate as Mortaros comes into the ring, catching him with a massive spear. Sammy Guevara slides into the ring with a steel chair to fend off the beast, and with Mortaros leaving the ring as Sammy Guevara offers Ricochet a helping hand to get to his feet. All right, let's move on. So we get a video package. We take a look back at the Chicago. Take a look back at the Chicago street fight between Willow Nightingale and Cristano at AEW All Out. That was a good street fight match between Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander at AEW All Out. So we go to commercial break. Backstage, we hear from Kazuchika Okada after defending his AEW Continental Championship at AEW All Out. He talks about how easy the match was for him to win. Before Don Callis arrives to tell Okada he did not pin Takeshita, Okada says Kanushka will be champion, but not the Continental Champion. He mocks Don Callis before Kanushka Takeshita stares him down. The champion eventually backing down as we cut away. Let's move on. This was a good segment right here. Back at ringside, Darby Allin makes his way down where he gets a microphone addressing that John Moxley has been looking for him. So here he is. John Moxley music hits as Darby Allin stares down the corner of the arena. John Moxley has been known to enter from and sure enough, here comes John Moxley along with Maria Shafir. No sign of Claudio or Pac as the two head towards the ring, entering as Darby Allin stares them down before John Moxley gets a second microphone to speak, saying he's not sure what Darby Allin has seen or heard, but nothing has changed between them for their last encounter. Darby Allin cuts him off by Darby Allin cuts him off saying he and John Moxley don't pretend to be superstars living in a fantasy world. They both came from nothing and will do whatever it takes to not go back, citing his circumstances growing up before nothing that John Moxley never changed himself before anybody, and that's something Darby Allin aspires to. Darby always talks about meeting John Moxley in AEW, but in but in a high school gym on the independent scene, and how nervous he was about that moment, and how much he wanted to be like John Moxley at the same time. But but not now. Not after what he did to Brian Danielson. He could never do that to someone that considers family. He asked John Moxley what he wants, and John Moxley responds by acknowledging the shot at the AEW World Championship at AEW Grand Slam. This isn't going to happen because the champion isn't disposed, but John Moxley is calling for Darby Allin to hand over that title shot because Darby Allin isn't ready. Darby Allin runs John Moxley down, saying he sounds like everyone he claimed to hate by acting himself entitled. If John Moxley wants the shot, he has to earn it, and John Moxley offers to face him at AEW Grand Slam for that title shot, promising to teach Darby Allin a lesson the hard way. Darby Allin accepts, telling John Moxley that if he wants to burn AEW to the ground, he better not be surprised if Darby puts him into the fire. That was a good segment right there, and I enjoyed that segment between Darby Allin and John Moxley. All right, backstage we hear from Christopher Daniels until Nigel McGuinness steps in, wanted to speak with Tony Khan, asking CD Christopher Daniels to come alongside for what he has to say. A commentary we take a moment to acknowledge and pay respects to those who lost their lives in the attack of September 11th, 2001. All right. After that, we cut to ringside as Mariah May makes her way to the ring for our next match. Queen Amnita heads down the ramp next, and this title eliminator match is underway. So we get AEW Women's World Championship eliminator match. Mariah May versus Queen Amnita. 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 And this match right here, this was a this was a decent match. This was decent for what it was. Mariah gets the upper hand early, but Anita fights back to take the champ to the ropes, only for Mariah to evade a hip attack, wrapping the queen up in the ropes before hitting a dropkick to take her down hard. Mariah props Anita up on the apron for a forearm, followed by a big kick keep her down as we go to picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture. Mariah May stays on the attack, wearing the queen down some more, and we interplatable, inter, in, inceptible, incep, in, inexplicable. I'm sorry. Hope I'm reading that right. Inexpli- inexplicable shift to a full commercial break. Thanks, TNT. I was having a tough time saying that word, but I'm glad that I said that word correctly. So, anyway, commercial break. Back in the ring, Mariah May continues to lay into Amnita before bringing her to the corner to prop the queen up for a chop. Amnita, am not, am, Amnita fights back for a near fall, following up with a snap suplex for a near fall. With a snap suplex and a release German suplex for a good measure. Amnita hits the ropes for a running kick on the champ before making the cover, but the champ kicks out. Mohammed counters out of a powerbomb attempt, setting her up on the ropes for a lifted DT in the cover. But this time it's Amnita and not Amnita who managed to kick out. Amnita fights back again, hitting a scoop slam for another near fall as she follows up with a kick before going up top for a double stomp. But Mariah evades getting to her feet for a drop kick before hitting a glamour knee from the ropes. She follows up with a Storm Zero to pick up the win. The winner by pinfall, Mariah May. This was a decent match. Nada is helped out of the ring as Mariah May celebrates, grabbing a microphone to address that she hasn't had her Women's World Championship celebration yet. Something is missing. Someone is missing. She calls for Mina Sakuwa, asking her to please come back. Backstage, we hear from the Young Bucks who address tonight's main event, bringing up that whoever wins will face them for the titles at AEW Grand Slam. So we go to commercial break. We look at the return of Jamie Hayter since AEW in at Wembley Stadium. Back at ringside, Iron Savage are in the ring as the Learning Tree heads down the ramp for our next we look back at what happened 4 years ago and Chris Jericho taking Orange Cassidy's backpack and collision and this match is underway. So we get the Learning Tree versus Iron Savage. This match was garbage. Garbage match. We start off with Jericho and Boulder, the latter wearing down Jericho until Big Bill tags in to level the playing field. Despite the best efforts of Bronson and Jameson, things don't end up well for the Iron Savage as the Learning Tree picks up the win. The winner of the match, the Learning Tree. This match was garbage. After the match, Jericho addressed Orange Cassidy still not paying him what he owns before revealing what's inside the backpack. A picture of Orange Cassidy and his former best friend. Jericho says that Orange Cassidy's problem thinking he can have friends in this business. You can't have friends in pro wrestling. If you think you do, you're probably being used. We noticed Big Bill giving a look at Jericho as he praises on telling him to pay Jericho back his 7,000. We hear from Orange Cassidy, who appears on the big screen, telling Jericho he doesn't have much, as he reveals a bunch of random items in his hands before stating that his boys are bringing the rest of the money now. We see Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly using a caterpillar to bring a huge pile of pennies, which they then drop into Chris Jericho's car. Jericho panics at the sight of his car, possibly being wrecked as Orange Cassidy drops in an extra bill to grab some change before saying that should cover the cost. All right, that was a funny segment, but if this was, let me say this in a prime example. If this was Stone Cold, if this was Stone Cold doing the segment for example, this is for example. If this was Stone Cold, what would you think? Stone Cold would have do if this was Stone Cold doing this segment. He wasn't gonna pour pennies down in his car. He gonna pour cement into his vehicle until the windows bust. That's back in WWF Attitude Era. Did to Vince McMahon. But hey, that's just a prime example. But this backstage segment was funny with Orange Cassidy pouring pennies, pouring pennies inside Chris Jericho's vehicle, which is I don't care about the learning tree. But that backstage segment was just funny. But anyway, let me continue. We cut back. We cut back to ringside where Nigel McGuinness is standing by in the ring with a microphone. He talks about there being no world championship match at Grand Slam since Darby Allin is putting his title shot on the line against Jon Moxley. He says this is good news for the champion, who is probably gasping for air like Justin Roberts when he was being choked out with his own tie, but it's not good for AEW. Nigel McGuinness says that as a former world champion himself, he feels the champ should be competing at Grand Slam. He says he had to watch Bryan Danielson's career from the sidelines for years, an afterthought, a postscript to a career that should have been his. Bryan Danielson is afraid of Nigel McGuinness and the one match everyone wants to see, but Tony Khan is not afraid. He knows a money match when he sees one. Alright, so yeah, let's move on. At Grand Slam, it will be Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness, this gets a big pop as Nigel McGuinness promised that that Ozus will pay him to the ring before asking if Bryan Danielson would join him in the final countdown or or if we will see the final match of the American Coward being the ball is then Bryan Danielson's gonna count before leaving the ring. Alright, that was a solid segment by Nigel McGuinness. All right, we head to the stage as the Young Bucks step out, ready to keep an eye on our main event. Out first is the FTR for this tag team Casino Gauntlet match, followed by Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay as this main event gets underway. So we get a tag team Casino Gauntlet match. This was a fun main event for what it was. FTR is able to fend off the high flying offense of Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay, picking up a near fall at one point before our next team comes out. It is the Righteous. They go after both teams, sending FTR out of the ring before focus on Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay and keeping them grounded as team number 3 steps out of the gauntlet, and it's Matt Taven and Mike Bennett of the Undisputed Kingdom. They go after Kyle Fletcher first, turning their attention to the Righteous before FTR enters the ring, and chaos quickly ensures as we go to picture in picture. We're back from picture in picture. The action continues as all three teams go at it, with Undisputed Kingdom getting the upper hand just as we come back from break. Our we're out next. I'm sorry, we're our out next team is revealed to be the Acclaim. They stare down the Young Bucks before entering the fray in the ring, fending off the Undisputed Kingdom before a mass catcher hosts Dutch up for a fireman's carry slam, only for Cash Wheeler to break the pin. He gets fought off by Dax as Dax rushes in, only to take a famous arrow from each of their Acclaim as the countdown reveals. Out next is MXM Collection. Alright, they quickly get into the ring, staring down the Acclaim before FTR blindsides their collection to get the upper hand. This ends with the vets being sent to the outside as the collection shows off their dropping the Acclaim, sending them to the outside where the righteousness the righteous goes on the attack until FTR goes on the attack. The action makes its way back into the ring where we see a massive suplex chain and several men to the mat and even the outside as we go to picture in picture again. We're back from picture in picture. MXL gets a good head of steam as they fight off the other teams in the ring, but are soon taken out as FTR takes control of the match. We see a chain of submissions from FTR and the Acclaim before the Righteousness clear things out, leaving us with the Undisputed Kingdom. It says leaving us with the Undisputed Kingdom and with Kyle Fletcher and Ospreay as we come back. There is chaos outside the ring as the countdown reveals our next participants, Dante and Darius Martin of Top Flight. They get into the ring where the standoff with Undisputed Kingdom and the Righteousness to clear them out before Dante chased off with Will Ospreay for exchange of offense. Dante raised Will Ospreay to hit a head scissors take down Will Ospreay only for Matt Taven to catch him with a thumb to the eyes. Kyle Fletcher fights off Matt Taven but is taken down by FTR, who hits the Shadow Machine only to have seemingly everyone break up the pin as we get our next team out. And it's the alter it's the Outrunners. Big pop from the Lexian crowd as they run to the right to the ring, eventually clearing everyone out before turning their attention to Vincent for a double elbow drop to another big pop. Vincent rolls out of the ring before he and Dutch are faced with a double dive from the from the Outrunners as the countdown reveals out next. Team GYV Team GYV. FTR runs up the ramp to fight them. The Brawl taking both teams to the back in the ring. Mansoor is caught on the on the turnbuckle by Turbo Floor, who hits him with a superplex onto the mat that is the remaining man on the floor. Floyd brings Mansoor into the ring for a double cover, but only for Dutch to pull one of the outrunners out to break the pin. They they start to fight until Darius Martin hits them with a dive as back inside we see Dante Martin facing off with Kyle Fletcher before Will Ospreay catches Dante Martin with a hidden blade. He stops Mansoor from breaking up the pin as Kyle Fletcher makes the cover, airing the two their shots at the AEW World Tag Team Championships at Grand Slam in the process. The winner, the winner the winner of the match and facing the Young Bucks at AEW Grand Slam for the World AEW World Tag Team Championships, Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. This was a fun main event match, so I enjoyed this match. Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay celebrate, staring down the Young Bucks who cannot believe who they are facing at AEW Grand Slam as we look at what will go down at Arthur Stadium before this episode of AEW Dynamite comes to a close. So AEW Dynamite goes off the air. All right, let me get my honest opinion why I think about AEW Dynamite. Now AEW Dynamite was a good show, and that's all I have to say. But like I said earlier, but I'm going to say this again. The Young Bucks are dropping the AEW World Tag Team Champions to Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. That's all I gotta say. So it's over for the Young Bucks. So in my opinion, I got Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher is going to take the AEW Tag Team Champions off the Young Bucks at AEW Grand Slam in 2 weeks, and that's all I gotta say. But anyway, AEW Dynamite was a good show, and I enjoyed the show for what it was. If you guys made it this far from the beginning to the end of my AEW Dynamite review analysis, please give this video a big fat thumbs up. Comment down below what your thoughts on AEW Dynamite. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the video before you hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this, and share the video with your friends and family. Follow my social media down below in the description, and I will make a YouTube short video. And then tomorrow I'll be going live on YouTube for some Fortnite. So I will be streaming live on YouTube for some Fortnite tomorrow. So make sure you guys be there to stay with me from the beginning to the end. And that's all I gotta say. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. KFG Crew, KFG Kings, KFG Club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. Make sure you guys go check out my WWE NXT review and highlights. I posted that video yesterday. It's up on the channel right now. Make sure you guys go check out my WWE NXT review and highlights. And that's all I gotta say. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Let me know down below in the comment section. Do you guys want to join the KFG Club? Sign it up down below in the comment section. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And stay too sweet. And I'm out of here. Gang.